It's been 2 days since the Super Bowl, and it's still dominating the trends online. This year's Super Bowl ads, for which companies paid a reported $7 million per 30-second spot, leaned heavily on celebrities.
It's there! Hartman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
Super Bowl 58 might be over, but the commercials will live forever.
Broke the internet again.
Oh, it's coming in really fast.
Yeah, it's Verizon 5G. The network is crazy powerful.
The award for most engagement goes to Verizon and the queen herself, Beyonce. But with Temu, the Chinese-owned online marketplace was seeing lots of engagement for the wrong reasons as people voiced their frustration with the number of times it ran during the game. The e-commerce giant dropped $21 million on its 3 commercials.
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut. Hey, Arnold, I'm hearing neighbor. It's neighbor.
That's what I said, neighbor.
USA Today ad meter ratings determined the fan favorite went out to State Farm, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, his accent,
Like a good
neighbor, State Farm is there.
and Danny DeVito, who saved the day. Like the Super Bowl, it was a close race for the 59 commercials evaluated by the ad meter ratings. Here were the ones that came out on top.
It's not dynamite! Es dinamita.
Jenna Ortega and Danny Ramirez headlining the 60-second ad for Doritos.
Let's do it the old school way.
An old-school delivery from Budweiser bringing the Clydesdales back to the Super Bowl certainly resonated with viewers, and rounding out the big winners.
How do you like them donuts? I'm so sorry.
You had to see it, but I forgive you. Lay us on the track.
Are we gonna be on the album?
We talked about this.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon teaming up to annoy Jennifer Lopez with an assist from Tom Brady and Jack Harlow for Duncan. And there was also a heartfelt 10 out of 10 by Kia as a young skater melts the ice and certainly a few tear ducts by performing for her grandpa.
Doesn't matter where you're born, as long as you're born to play.
The NFL utilized the Super Bowl platform to inspire international talent around the globe, while Dove highlighted the brand's Join the Body Confident Sport program.
Thank you. I didn't know you could get all this stuff on Uber Eats. Yeah. Gotta remember that.
Well, you know what they say, in order to remember something, you gotta forget something else.
And from Uber Eats to Mayo Cats.
Meow. Mayo. Hellman's. You can talk.
And then she says, and boom, Hellman saves the leftovers. To BMW. The car maker landing another top hit starring Christopher Walken and his iconic voice.
It's the real deal. 100% electric.
It's the real deal.
It sealed the deal with a cameo from halftime performer Usher.
Does this table work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did someone say yeah?
Don't you got somewhere to be?
Yeah.
As tracked by YouTube, the #1 most watched spot on Super Bowl Sunday was Tina Fey's turn for Booking.com.
Splurgy Tina loves a hotel near Rodeo Drive.
Oh, Tina.
The Saturday Night Live alum hired body doubles, including Glenn Close, to imagine different versions of herself on vacation.
Booking.com.
Yeah. Advertisers competed for the attention of the record 123.4 million viewers tuning in, which shattered last year's viewership of 115 million. Let's talk more about these ads. Bert Miklosi, marketing professor at Humber College, joins us tonight. Bert, how did this year's commercials stack up against previous years, and which ones stood out to you?
Well, the big phenomenon here is really the target group change from being predominantly male to having a larger female group. And that's not a surprise. It's really the Taylor Swift phenomenon. It's a mass audience. There's 100 million Americans watching it. 10 million Canadians were watching it, which is the largest recorded Super Bowl audience here in this country. And the whole thing is, again, once you're looking at all these things, that whole Taylor Swift phenomenon and everything else going on, women were watching it previously. Now more women are watching it, and it's directly attributed to Taylor Swift. And obviously brands are aware of that more people are watching it, specifically women, and therefore the ads are targeted toward women, not just traditionally men, which was the target group previously.
So what brands really targeted that increased female audience?
Well, there's a whole category called health and beauty category. So there was an ad for Dove as well as Elf, and the Dove one worked on so many great levels because the premise on that one is adolescent girls who have issues with body changes at that age, adolescence, drop out of sports. Something like 45% of girls drop out of sports. So the whole idea of having an ad such like that in a party atmosphere such as the Super Bowl really stood out and is relevant not just to adolescent girls who happen to be watching the ad, but the mothers of adolescent girls. So there are huge influencers. So it was the right ad at the right time and a key message in terms of what Dove is trying to do. So that really, really stood out versus seeing the quintessential alpha male type ads.
There are definitely commercials that are memorable, but that doesn't necessarily make them effective. So what differentiates an effective ad from a popular one?
That's a great question. The whole idea, some of this stuff tends to be a popularity contest. Just because it's popular doesn't necessarily mean it's effective. So the overall strategy and the objective have to be met. So if the objective is awareness, that's one thing from a brand awareness point of view. But is it relevant? Is it persuading people? Is it getting people to change their reaction or action in their behavior? That's the key component. It needs to be relevant, needs to be persuasive versus just popular. Oftentimes ads are very popular. People can play them back, but they don't know the brand name and they don't know what the whole persuasive component. So you want it to be effective and you want it to have awareness and you don't want to have large popularity. And the Dove one actually hit it on all those fronts.
A few of the ads that went viral featured celebrities like Beyonce for Verizon or Ben Affleck for Dunkin' Donuts. How is the use of stars in ads successful?
It's extremely effective because what they're trying to do is really lengthen the overall campaign. And here at Humber College, that's one of the things we have from a social media point of view is having students look at all this component in terms of how do celebrities, because they have a huge awareness in terms of how they're able to extend that overall ad because the stuff dropped before the Super Bowl, then during the Super Bowl and after the Super Bowl. For example, the Beyonce ad, once in the Verizon ad, she's saying is actually going to be dropping new music. Social media blew up. And that was a huge phenomenon. It was great for Beyonce. It was great for the brand, as an example.
What were some of your favorite spots from the Super Bowl?
I would definitely say the Dove ad is up there, as well as the Doritos ad for a different reason, because, again, they're targeting women for Doritos as well as the Dove ad. So those worked well. And then from the U.S. point of view, the Dunkin' Donuts thing with J-Lo and everything else was a great component, and that's going to continue moving and buzz in the next days and weeks ahead.
Bert, thank you so much for speaking with us tonight on Trending Now.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.